What do you hate the most? Homework? Your ex?
Spiders. I hate spiders. They creep me out. Hello everybody, it's Yammy and welcome back to another true story animation. It's been a while. I last uploaded a true story animation around 4 months ago. Has it really been that long? Well, today we are back with some animations from Dory Story. Guys, this is a legendary animation channel. If you haven't checked them out, I'm gonna leave the link in the description. I do recommend going over there and watching some of their videos. They haven't uploaded in 4 months. I don't know what happened to them, but they've gone from the internet. Dory Story, come back, we miss you. We have 2 stories, and first I'm kicking it off with a video called I've been obsessed with square-shaped food until my doctor told me the truth.
Hi, my name is Zoe and I'm 19.
Hi Zoe 19, I'm Yammy 26. Wow, I'm old, so old.
I have a peculiarity. I can only eat square-shaped food.
To be honest, square-shaped foods are the best kind of foods. Like, just look at this image. Waffles, sandwiches, cake. Maybe I have an obsession with square-shaped foods too.
Any of shape, I won't eat a piece. Do you have a strange habit you keep secret? Back in my childhood, my parents noticed my specific preferences in food. Crackers, toast, sandwiches. This is ordinary food for a teenager. But my parents asked me to eat soup. I could not force myself, and that's it. Until they poured it into a square bowl.
I was gonna say, why didn't they just put it into a square bowl? And then she ate it. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense. This girl's crazy.
My main love is for crackers. It was then that my mom realized that it had to do with the shape. I could only eat square-shaped food. I know that may seem like a dumb habit or a whim, but I really wanted to find out. Why specifically square-shaped food?
I want to know too. I think we all want to know. What is the deal with the squares? Why not circles? Circles are a friendly shape.
As I don't even like squares.
She doesn't even like squares. That makes no sense to me. She'll only eat square-shaped food, but she hates squares. Why does she not like squares? I have never looked at a triangle in my life and thought, hate triangles. Disgusting. The way it points? No, not for me.
I always considered myself to be ordinary. Yes, I was annoyed by changes in room decor or the menu in the school cafeteria. So what? I lived with 2 younger brothers. If you have one, then you know what it is like. Of course, even in my childhood, I liked being alone. In addition to the fact that my mom spent more time with the twins than with me. At school, my relationships were not so good. I could suddenly stop reacting to the teacher, just zone out and draw in my notebook.
Who doesn't do that at school? I don't know a single kid that could sit there and just focus purely on the teacher. Isn't that just what being a kid is?
Once, during one class, I filled 10 pages by drawing identical squares. Beside me sat a boy who noticed this. He began teasing me. The other teenagers started doing the same.
They were teasing her for doodling in a notebook? Wow. I'm surprised I didn't get teased at school then, because I used to fill those bad boy pages up with all sorts of writing. I would doodle, I would color in the pages. This is what I mean by zoning out. I wasn't listening to the teacher, I was drawing giraffes. That's probably why I'm a YouTuber now and not something academic.
They noticed my habit of eating square food and one time used physical force to try to force feed me round vegetables, and I got into a fight.
Did they purposely bring round vegetables into the school? Hello? Surely they didn't buy them at the school. You can't just buy a tomato. They brought vegetables specifically to force her to eat them. I mean, the dedication is there.
My mom was called to the principal and she decided to make an appointment with a doctor. I understood that if I said no, then people will actually view me as abnormal. All in all, I went to see that doctor. He asked his questions, then called my mom in the room. I waited for her in the hallway. She came out and said that I am just very stressed and everything is fine. I constantly thought, maybe my strange habit is because of a lack of her attention.
My mom doesn't pay attention to me, so I eat square food. Okay, sis.
In high school, I decided to overcome myself and go to courses for models. Why not?
Ooh, get it, girl.
I have good physique, and in addition, because of my habits, I don't eat much and I'm very skinny. So I started going to these courses. Though girls considered me to be reserved, but I was not bad at it. I even think that other girls became jealous of me. Clara, my main rival, was especially aggressive.
And does Clara only eat circle foods? Maybe that's why she's so against you. This story is so weird. I love it.
She makes jokes about me, called me a skinny mop, though we sort of resembled one another.
Skinny Mop. I'ma claim that nickname for myself. Hello everybody, it's Skinny Mop. I love that name. Skinny Mop.
The same hair color, oval face, even figure. She paid great attention to food. In the cafeteria, Clara discussed new diets, healthy products, and superfoods. And of course she noticed that I eat little or don't eat at all. But this was just the beginning.
What is she eating there? Cheese slices, and what is that? What could that possibly be? Square peas? Who is she?
Just the beginning. We really started quarreling after I started dating Thomas. He was the studio's photographer. I was surprised by his attention. I don't know, sometimes it's just hard for me to understand other people. But thanks to him, I opened up and it became much easier for me to talk to other people. I was also hardworking and diligent. I could spend 2, even 3 hours in one pose without issue. But Clara ruined it all.
Clara looks evil. Look at those eyebrows. She looks mean. Clara looks like she's out to get you.
One day we were all sitting in the cafeteria, talking and eating. Clara knew that I don't touch salads or other food. Thomas came in with a huge pizza.
Oh no, he's coming with the round pizza, everybody. This is a disaster.
He said that they allowed him to give us a treat. And so Clara said that she bets a kiss from my boyfriend that I won't eat a piece of pizza. I became so worried, cold sweat ran down my forehead. Thomas said, well, there's really nothing in it. Take a bite.
Why don't you just cut it into squares? Get the slice of pizza and just cut squares out of it. Sorted. Why is Thomas just agreeing to kissing this girl if you lose the bet? What a bad boyfriend.
I looked at that pizza and it was so round. But the piece that Clara ripped off was triangular.
Oh, no.
I saw that Thomas became worried. Clara started yelling that I'm a weakling and that I'm willing to trade my boyfriend for a piece of pizza. But that wasn't it. She tried to make it seem like a joke, taking a piece of pizza and bringing it to my mouth. I was so uncomfortable, but Tom was looking at me in such a way. It was in that moment that I got scared the hounding would continue.
I have a feeling this story isn't real, but this girl in the story obviously has an eating disorder, and for Clara to pressure her into eating something that she doesn't want to eat is wrong, and I don't agree with that. So Clara, you just need to get your life sorted and leave, please. We don't appreciate bullies in this house.
That people would see me as different from that. So I took a bite, then another, and then unexpectedly for me, I puked right on Thomas's pants. I was so ashamed. Then I simply lost consciousness.
The pizza made her pass out. I repeat, the pizza made her pass out. And this is why we don't force people with eating disorders to eat food that they don't want to eat by pressuring them until they throw up and pass out.
I woke up in the hospital. Tom got scared for me and concluded that I must have brought myself to exhaustion through diets.
I love how Tom is so into photography that he's brought his camera to the hospital. She's in bed like, I'm dying, I'm so ill, and he's like, just smile for the camera, honey. Look that.
He insisted that I see a psychologist. And what he told me was a great shock. His words turned my whole life upside down.
Whoa, she's
During the
spinning.
appointment, he asked me various questions about my habits, childhood, behavior, then conducted some strange tests. All in all, after an hour of such investigation, he said the thing that shocked me. I have autism.
It really took them just an hour to diagnose this girl. She's been suffering with this problem for a real long time, and nobody thought to take her to get help. My mind has been blown. This should have been one of the first things her parents did. Take her to get help.
I always thought that autistic kids don't know how to read to those around them, who don't talk, but know math well. But it ends up that this disorder has many symptoms. Most importantly, that it can become more severe or mild depending on the situation. So I have the mildest form. This is why I didn't even know about it. Can you imagine that? How would you feel in my place? This is why I only eat square-shaped food. This is why it is sometimes hard for me to understand the feelings of those around me. This is why I am detached so often, not even noticing this myself. It all made sense. We agreed to have a correction course. The psychologist promised that if I spent 19 years alive and didn't know about my diagnosis, then I can learn to overcome this disorder, though it is not curable. When my mom came to see me, the first thing I did was tell her about it. But The only thing she said was, "I know, Zoe. Your doctor already told me long ago."
So they did take her to get help. They knew about it all this time, but they kept it a secret from her. What? What kind of parent does that?
I felt that my parents had betrayed me. What? They knew and kept quiet? But my mom said that she just wanted me to grow up as an ordinary girl and not feel uniqueness or inferiority in relation to other people. What do you think? Did she do the right thing to have kept my disorder a secret so then I felt like everybody else? Or should she have told me?
I see where her mom is coming from, but also at the same time, I feel like it may have caused problems for her. If she was just honest and told her daughter that she had autism, then her daughter would have understood and maybe not hated herself for only liking square food all these years. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Everyone's situation's different. Her mom did what she thought was best. So I guess it's fine. Yeah, I seriously learned something today from this. That was a pretty cool story. Crazy how she just likes swear foods, but we have another one here for you. This story is called I Lost My Beauty Forever Because of Makeup. And I chose this one because it worries me. I wear makeup every day. One day, am I going to lose my beauty? I hope not. Let's give it a watch and see.
Hi, my name is Carmen and I'm 25 years old.
Hi, Carmen. Sorry, I always have to do that.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What do you hate the most? Homework? Your ex?
Spiders. I hate spiders. They creep me out. Their fast movements, their eggs. Oh, everything about them. I just hate them.
Not sure. I used to not know before, but now I'm sure I know what I hate most in the world. This. Why am I sitting in the dark, you ask? I'm ashamed of my own face, or rather, what's left of it. Once upon a time, beauty was the meaning of my life. But your face, arms, and of course skin is all so fragile. I was born into a rich family with loving parents, while others lived with constant arguments between mum and dad and hand-me-down clothes from older brothers and sisters. I could afford the best brands, but my main vice was my beauty blog on Instagram. Millions of people every day watched my makeup lessons and my cute photos.
3.1 million followers? Hello! That is a lot of people watching this girl's Instagram. Curious to what happened to her though.
But my life changed when we moved to this city. I still curse myself for deciding to go to a regular local high school.
Why?
My new classmates greeted me with sullen curiosity. Eventually though, it felt like I was in some sort of zoo. All the boys just stared at me, and the girls kept throwing me envious looks. At first, I liked it. Compared to me, all the girls in my class seemed like cheap extras in a tacky movie.
That is so mean. This girl loves herself. It's not a good look, sis.
A girl called Carol was sat next to me. She seemed like a harmless girl, but never judge a book by its cover. Carol had a crush on a boy named Colin. I didn't see the attraction. He was an idiot. But in that class, he was the heartthrob, the cool guy. Naturally, all the girls loved him, but Colin fell for me on my very first day. He found any excuse to talk with me.
He's giving her his literal heart.
He found any excuse to talk with me, showering me with compliments. I wasn't into him, but I flirted back. It was harmless after all, right?
No, it's not harmless. If you don't like someone, don't flirt with them. It just gives them the wrong idea.
A few days later, the notes began. I'd find them in my locker, on my desk, and even in my bag once, saying things like, "Get out of here, leave Colin alone, he's mine," and things like that. Truthfully, I didn't take them seriously.
I think we all know who's doing that. Carol. Sweet little Carol with the space buns. May look sweet on the outside, but on the inside, jealous, envious devil.
But I quickly wish I had. I didn't know who was doing all of this, although I constantly felt a burning stare in the back of my head.
It's Carol! How do you not know? She loves Colin and you're stealing him from her. Or so she thinks.
I began to think that coming here wasn't a good idea and that maybe I should transfer to a new school. So, on November 16th, I came to school for the last time. I had come in only to get my last few things at the school. But in the school corridor, I ran into Colin, who was smitten with me. He grabbed my hand and said, "I love you, Carmen." He pressed me up against the wall and began to pour at me. I tried to break free and even called out for help, but there was nobody around.
Colin's a bit touchy-feely, isn't he? Back off, Colin. She's not interested.
Everyone was in class. He forced his lips on mine and kissed me.
Oh, gosh, no. You shouldn't do that. That is wrong.
It was horrible. I managed to push him away, my bag falling out of my hands, but I didn't care. I ran to the toilet and hid there. terrified and shaking. I cried so much that my mascara ran down my face and Colin's horrible kiss had smeared my lipstick.
Gosh, Colin, look what you've done. Disgusting boy.
I looked like the Joker. I sat in the toilets for at least 45 minutes
Oh my
before I heard
gosh.
the door open. I looked up and saw Carol. She was holding my bag. She smiled and looked me dead in the eyes with a surprisingly intense look. "You should fix your makeup," she simply stated and left.
I have a feeling that Carol has somehow done something to the makeup. Maybe put some chemicals in there or something. It's gonna mess her face up. I can see it happening.
Leaving me alone in the girls' bathroom. I wiped away my tears and opened my makeup bag to follow Carol's advice. My French tone powder, Italian mascara, and American lipstick transformed me back into a supermodel. I wanted to leave this trashy school looking as good as when I had arrived. But as I walked down the school hall towards the exit, my face began to sting slightly. But after a minute, my eyes and lips began to burn strongly, and an unbearable itching appeared on my cheeks and forehead.
It was Carol. It was Carol with the handbag in the corridor. This is a game of Cluedo now. Who spiked the makeup?
I started to scream in agony, and people came running out from class to see what was happening. One of the teachers that came out tried comforting me, whilst another took out a bottle of water and tried to wash whatever it was that was burning me off my face. But the pain was too much, and I passed out. From that moment, my life turned into a nightmare.
This got really serious real quick. She's had a traumatic day, and it's only got worse.
I had suffered extensive chemical burns to my face, with my eyelashes completely burnt off. My skin was peeling, coming off in layers, and what was left was covered in huge purple blisters.
Oh my gosh, this is so bad.
I looked like a burnt doll. I had many months of painful rehabilitation. It was awful. The police found the person who had done this to me. It was Carol. She had mixed the contents of my makeup bag, my powder, mascara, and everything else
What
with
with?
chemicals that she had taken from our chemistry class. She hadn't planned on ruining me for life, just to cause me to have an outbreak of acne or something.
Oh yes, because mixing chemicals with somebody's makeup is just a temporary joke, isn't it? Just wanted to cause you a little bit of pain. That is still wrong, and you still shouldn't do that. Wow. You're evil, Carol. Look at that face.
When my skin began to peel from my face, she realized what she had done. She eventually confessed to the teachers, and our school was full of surveillance cameras, which led to the police catching her easily. I wanted her to get what she deserved. I wanted justice. My life was destroyed. Yet she didn't serve a day in prison. Carol, like me, was a minor. Moreover, her confession to one of our teachers helped her defense, that it had been an accident, that she hadn't meant for my life to be ruined.
How is that an accident? I don't understand. There's nothing accidental about purposely destroying somebody's makeup with dangerous chemicals. That's a chemical attack. Really sucks how she didn't get done for that.
I had years of painful rehabilitation and plastic surgery ahead of me, and she got off scot-free.
This
I
poor
really
girl.
wanted her to know my pain, to have something awful happen to her too. One day, I received a message on social network. One of my subscribers, my real fan, wanted to know where I went and why there were no new photos on Instagram. I told her everything, and you know what had happened? It's not me, it's Carol. On her next birthday, Carol received a special gift from a secret friend.
Oh no. What has the secret friend sent her? Hopefully it's not a chemical attack in a box.
In a beautiful box, she found a set of luxurious cosmetics.
No.
Of course, she was ecstatic with the gift and didn't think much about who could have sent it. She had forgotten about me, about my pain. I think you guess what happened next.
Don't tell me.
Her face was ruined, the culprit never discovered. At first, I was in seventh heaven with happiness. Finally, some justice.
Two wrongs don't make a right. This is so bad. What the heck? I am literally speechless about this. I can't believe her subscriber did that. Oh my gosh, and she never got caught?
Carol had gotten what she deserved, but the pain of others won't stop your own. You can't rejoice at someone else's misery.
Wow. That was real messed up. I'm lost for words. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say about that story. That was insane. And it all started because a boy had a crush on her. Now, two people have burnt faces. The moral of the story is maybe don't attack somebody with chemicals. it's not a very good idea. I feel like we've learned some valuable lessons from today's animations. If you did enjoy them, make sure to leave a like on the video, go and check out Dory's story, link is in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one.